you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing Lindsay Arnold's hair. You guys have seen her on my channel before. She has the best hair ever. And when I saw her today, I had not realized like how much her hair had actually grown since having a baby. Her hair is so long and so beautiful. But what we're gonna be doing is just kind of like freshening it up today. So she wants to be a brighter blonde, but still a little bit rooted to have low maintenance grow out. So we're gonna be doing a half highlight today, and I'm gonna show you guys my technique for brightening up, but also keeping it low maintenance at the same time. So we are back here mixing up, and we are going to be using Wella Blondor. And I love using this if the client is like a level 6 or 7 naturally, and we're just doing like maintenance, a root retouch, brightening up a little bit, stuff like that. It has a really good lift. I wouldn't say it's as powerful as Blonde Me, but for someone like that has a natural regrowth that's a little bit lighter, this is actually perfect. And we're gonna use it with 20 volume. And then if I was doing a client that was darker and wanting to go a lot lighter, then I would probably use Blonde Me in those situations because the lift is a little bit better. So we're gonna mix this with 20 volume, and then we're gonna go out there and start the highlight. I'm gonna be doing a highlight, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of a low light and some shadow lighting. For some shadow lights and low lighting, just to kind of break it up a little bit, I'm gonna use Redken Shades EQ 7GB. I did 13 grams of that. Then I'm gonna do 7M. I like using the M series because it's just like a sandy, perfect tone. It's funny because M stands for matte. I'm not really sure why they named it that because I wouldn't say it looks matte, but it's not necessarily a neutral because it has like a sandier aftertone than like a 7N would, and I just really like the way it turns out. So I'm gonna do 10 grams of that, so we're at 23 grams right there. Then I'm gonna take this up to equal parts, and I'm using the gloss to gel solution. I like to use either this or 10 volume when doing shadow lights, especially on a blonde. It just gives you better consistency. I feel like you can get a little bit more saturated because the processing solution is just so runny. Way better for doing a toner, but for like low lights or rooting, I love to use this because it stays in place a little bit better.
Okay, so this is the before. As you can see, her hair is super long. It's already pretty blonde, but she does have some regrowth coming in, and we're kind of wanting to just touch that up, brighten her up, but still keep dimension and low maintenance because she did go about 4 or 5 months in between getting it colored this time. So she kind of wants to be able to have that longevity. She's super busy, she has a baby, and because of that, we're gonna try to give her that low maintenance while keeping her really bright. So I'm starting above the ear on this side, and I'm doing one of my favorite foiling patterns. You guys have probably seen me do this a million times, but I love it because it's just tried and true. It's where I start directly above the ear horizontally. Then I'm gonna angle and do a face frame foil following the shape of her hairline. And then I'm gonna switch back, do another horizontal, then angle again. And I do all of that up until I get to the money piece area, which I typically do in either a rectangle or a triangle, depending on the look I'm going for. As far as the stitching pattern goes, I'm kind of switching it up. Around the face, I'm doing a finer baby light, and then towards the back on those horizontal foils, I'll do them a little more spaced out, more of a ribbon highlight, just so that those blondes really pop since we are keeping dimension. We're only doing a half, which means we're not really coloring the bottom, so I don't want to make this all too solid up top and then have it look like a shadow box underneath. So because of that, I'm going to be breaking up and doing these two patterns so that we have brightness tightly packed around the face, and then a little more dimension towards the back, especially in the back section where I have that upside down triangle. I'll space it out even more so it's a gradual effect where it goes brighter to darker, starting in the front and then extending back towards the back of the head. Even though I'm doing more of a ribbon highlight technique here, I am still doing very fine sections. So you can see that I have like more spaced out sections within those as compared to like the front where I have the baby lights, but I'm still doing very, very fine sections so that I can saturate well and it lifts evenly. Just because I'm doing thicker sections does not mean it's a thicker piece of hair, if that makes sense. Now I am doing that money piece area. Once I have finished one side, I carved out a rectangle and I started with 2 slices in the front, back to back, and then I did baby lights following. And then as I get to the back of that rectangle, I space out a little more and do the ribbon highlight so that it can connect with the ribbon highlights I did horizontally at the top of the head so that everything blends really well. Now I am continuing that same pattern on the right side, just connecting everything, and then I will meet in the middle at the top of the head. Okay, she lifted so well. We let her sit about 45 minutes and then she was ready to be rinsed. And like I said before, we are doing more of a low maintenance look. We want her to be brighter. She wants her roots maintenance, but she still wants a little bit of a shadow so that she has that longevity as it grows out. And she actually lifted so well that I am not going to tone her, which is like unheard of, but I really want that raw blonde to just be super bright, and I am adding that root shadow in to give that low maintenance look, and then just kind of like purple shampooing the blonde honestly is all I'm gonna do to keep it bright. If she wanted to be just like super blonde, no root shadow, I might not even tone at all. I might just like purple shampoo, but since she wanted the root shadow, this is gonna help meld everything together and make it blend really well, give her that low maintenance look, and then that blonde can still pop really bright. So that's what we're doing here. We're using Goldwell Colorant 7N 7NA equal parts. I actually used this with 10 volume, so it has a little bit of grip, and we are letting that sit for about 15 minutes. Then we will rinse it and purple shampoo. All right, this is the final result, a soft yet still bright blonde with dimension and a little bit of a root shadow, and she's gonna be able to go another 4 to 5 months. She actually mentioned wanting to go a little darker next time, more of like a lived-in dirty blonde, kind of like a light brunette. So comment below if you think she should do that next. I think that would be a really good look on her. Let me know if you guys liked this video, if you want any more like this in the future, and also give me video ideas in the comments below so I can always make sure I'm doing what you guys want. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.